What's up, everybody? So, in this episode, we are going to do something pretty interesting. We're going to connect the microcontroller with a Wi Fi chip to a .NET Core C Sharp IS web API hosted in locally in this computer, in my computer. So, we're using ESP8266 microcontroller and we're using MicroPython. I'm using this IDE, Tony. I don't know, I found it some time ago. It's nice, I would say, and I have already written some code which I will explain in a bit. And yeah, in this IDE you can write MicroPython, you can flash the OS of your microcontroller, you can run. Let me try to explain you what we see here. We have imported these things here, and these are for the LCD display which you are going to see on the video which I will put also. So we have the LCD display in which we will walk where is the place that we will walk connecting to Wi-Fi, connected to Wi-Fi, and we are going to walk show on the display the response which we will retrieve from the web API that we are going to build. We have time import sleep, which is actually just for the sleep. For example, block the thread for 1 second, something. And here are the three main libraries for the Wi-Fi chip. So as I said already, this microcontroller ESP8266 has Wi-Fi chip, and we're going to use it. So first of all, we are setting here the pins, and we have the LCD display. We have a push button, which I'm not sure if we are going to use it, and we have also I don't think this sensor is needed. I have detached it, but yeah, we have the LCD display and the push button set up here. Here we set up the Wi-Fi. The SSID is actually the Wi-Fi username, and password is actually the password. As simple as that. So here we're initializing the Wi-Fi interface using networks sta underscore if. We are setting active to true, and we are passing the credentials, the user Wi-Fi name and password. Sorry. So here we are saying that while we are not connected, we are going to put to our LCD display connecting to Wi-Fi, and yeah, that's it basically. Below you see that we're printing once we're connected. Once we're connected, we're exiting the while loop, and we're printing that we have connected to this Wi-Fi. We're getting even the IP address of the Wi-Fi, and we're removing everything from the LCD display um, and putting the string on the display connected to my Wi-Fi. Here I have an example just to show you that I'm connecting to some API which I just found on the internet, and it actually gives the Bitcoin price, the cryptocurrency price, and we can print basically this also on the LCD display. But now our focus is different. I'm going to run this just you to see how we have connected this api.coindesk.com whatever URL with get request. Our status code is 200 and the request successful, and we get some response, which in that case is the Bitcoin price. So what we're going to do now is create a new .NET Core 6, I think 6 or 7 web API, and basically use the default template. So here I'm going to create a new folder and name it ESP demo. So here I'm going to type cmg, and I will say .NET new web API. I think this was the command. So now our project is created. Let's just open it with the Visual Studio what I have 2022. I'm usually used to use Rider since some time, so sorry if I'm not that good with Visual Studio anymore. I am, but I haven't used much of the newest Visual Studio things. So now what we have created, now we have weather forecast controller. Maybe as if, yeah, most of you will know that this is the default. The default template comes with that, and basically this is all we need just to make the proof of concept that we are able to connect from the chip to this IS web server. I think this is pretty much enough. Let's run the project and see. Yeah, I run it in debug mode. So now we want weather forecast. So this is the get request. This is the get response, and we want to get it from the microcontroller. Please note that the microcontroller doesn't, so the ciphers in the SSL connection HTTPS is a bit more complex, so we are just going to use HTTP, and I will close this, and I will first switch to IS Express and run it again, and I will type here weather forecast. So this is HTTPS of weather forecast. Now on the screen we should be able to see our IS, which is user friendly. We see HTTP we have here, and we want weather forecast. So this is the, no, this is not HTTP. We want HTTP. I don't know, it's not opening. So first of all, what we need to check is in the program there is something stupid that is going on. We use HTTPS redirection. I want to remove that and run it again. Let's try again. Now it's working. Yes, weather forecast. So we have HTTP URL hosted locally. We can attach the book to it. We can do whatever we want. And now let's go to the Tony IDE, which we are going to write the MicroPython code. First of all, I will change this URL, and second, which actually should be first, is I will fill my credentials, but I'm going to tell you what and why I will do it that way. I'm sharing internet from my computer like hotspot, like you're sharing from your iPhone to somebody else who doesn't have internet. I'm doing the same, and I will connect from the microcontroller to this internet in order to have it to be in the same one network, to have the same IP and whatever. I have just turned my mobile hotspot, and this is the password, and this is the username. Sorry, I'm just talking bullshit. So this is the username and this is the password, and it's enabled. So I have already checked it from my phone that it's this network is reachable via the Wi-Fi. So I have checked with the phone. Now what we need to do is just run it and check if it's going to work, if we are going to connect successfully. So we want to see connected to and PC Legion. Connected to PC Legion. Okay, here we have something. And our get request is failing. Now I'm going to explain why and show you how we are going to deal with that. First of all, we need to add a new binding in the IS, and in the IS config for the certain project, because please know that we don't want to host this in the just in the IIS and as a normal website. We want to run it locally in debug mode. I want to be able to attach a breakpoint on the controller, and I want, when my microcontroller is making requests and connecting to it, I want to be able to debug it, see everything, and I want each time I started it to be as hosted. So for that, first of all, we need to go to the folder where our project is located. So now, if you haven't selected this to view the hidden items, please Google how to do so, because I have no clue where was it. Show, and here hidden items, you can mark it. We want this .vs folder. Now we see ESP demo, and now we have config folder. Now we have application host.config. Now in this application host.config, we want to find the project name, ESP demo. Now what this is containing, what config this is containing. So this is the basically config of the IIS. When you start with IIS in the book or whatever, it uses this config, and we have the bindings. So imagine you are just hosting something on production, you use IIS, you are clicking bindings, whatever, but now we are not going to host it in the IIS, we are just run it with the IIS as a normal Visual Studio run user, as a normal guy who is running just Visual Studio project. So imagine this is the binding in the IIS, it's the same. We want a new binding which will be the same port, but this time this here spacing is trash. This time we want to not use localhost but to use star. So I want to use everything like us, to not specify the localhost, because we are going to use the IP. We are going to use directly IP to connect to that, not localhost. So now we want to save it, and now try to start it. It should not work. Unable to connect to IIS. So why is that? You need to start Visual Studio as an admin in order to be able to change this thing. Ah, damn. I don't know why you need to start it. Maybe because we are doing some hacky configs, and I have started this now as administrator, and now let me try again. Now, how you see if your config is working? Here you see in the ESP demo, you can, the IIS is really user friendly, so you should use it. You see that you have two bindings, and maybe if I click here it will see, yeah, we don't have much details, but we see two bindings of HTTP and this port. I want to open one of them, and I want to type weather forecast. Now what we are going to do is open again the terminal and type ipconfig. Now I want to see IPv4 address, and I want to copy this. Actually, I will copy from this section. I think this should be it, or yeah, I think this should be sufficient, and I will replace this with this, and you see that we get the same result, right? with the directly with the IP. So I'm going to change this URL with this URL and try again. And probably it will fail again, and I will explain in a bit why. Still trying to connect, and it's failed again. You can see in the connection aborted. So now we need to make an inbound firewall for TCP firewall rule for TCP connection on this port, and it should be inbound. to our machine. So we go to firewall. In Windows we have advanced settings, we have inbound rules, we have new rule. Here we are selecting port and we are copying the port that where it go. We are selecting port and clicking next. Specific local ports, we are putting this port, the connection is TCP. We are checking allow the connection. Here we are leaving everything checked, and here is the ESP8266 demo. Now we are rerunning this and I will try to put a video in the video with my phone showing you the results. We get successful response text which is saying actually the weather forecast, which is so far so good. We have the Internet of Things IoT device, which we are programming with MicroPython, and we are programming a very smooth .NET Core API which is responding to our device. So imagine how much opportunities and things you can do with that. You can basically do a ChatGPT robot, just firing some requests, transferring audio. You can speak to some microphone, then the API can process this and ask ChatGPT, then just return you the sound in bytes. So basically the current in the current technologies are limitless, I would say. Let's do something else. Let's change our controller to something more nice, because currently this is some bullshit by default template of Microsoft. I want this to be called. I actually maybe want new controller. Yeah, this will be new controller. MVC controller empty. Yeah, I want this one. For example, I don't care. So what we want to show on the display? The time will not be that fun. The time if we show no, maybe we can just do home controller, okay, and just think about what we're going to show later. So we have home controller, so we have home and slash index. So basically here we can return something. No, this will not be that good. Return test. No, this is not what we want. Public string index. Return test. Let's try with that. I want to use these attributes. I don't know why by default it doesn't give me the attributes, but never mind. So we want this one, and let's try to run it. Ah, damn. The same template. What I copied, the same. Test, I want just test. Let's run it. And here we should have home and test. No, it's should be on only home. This is not the correct routing. So yeah, the default things confused me. Basically, this should work also, right? Just home. I want just home. Yes. Test. Okay. Basically, we can send whatever data we want here. It could be JSON. It could be the everything. It could be all cryptocurrencies, it could be um, also hello sweetie. So we want to home. So I'm going again here and I will just change this to home. I'm going to rerun it and see if we get hello sweetie here, because nothing more fun pop up in my mind. We're trying to parse the JSON. I don't want to be JSON then. We are connected. Request successful. Response text. Hello sweetie. We want to put this on the LCD display. LCD put string and this one. But first we want to, yeah, of course, we want LCD clear to clear the display. And let's see if we get hello sweetie on our LCD display. And yeah, as you can see, we had we have hello sweetie on the display. And maybe guys, because it's already too long the video, just subscribe and follow my channel, and maybe I will continue with part 2 or do something totally new with some very nice API which can do much more, because so far, yeah, I don't know what we can show that will not take at least half an hour more or hour more. So please subscribe if you like the content. I'm going to post mainly programming, but I'm also uh, doing some sports and gaming from time to time. Sport always, but gaming from time to time. So I don't know yet what this channel will be exactly about, but mainly programming because it's really fun as far as you can see. And yeah, have a nice day, I would say, or night, whatever the time it is, and see you next time.